Welcome back to GSL Codas. It's 1-1 right now. Dead even, man. These games have been so good so far.
Yeah. Fantastic couple of TVZs we've already seen. And I have a feeling, Tasteless, that all of these games are going to be really great. And this could go the distance.
Yeah, I think it absolutely could.
Yeah. And I love Game 7 and Best of 7. That is like, it doesn't even matter what happens in the game.
No, it actually doesn't.
Like, it's just, it's amazing every time.
Akalon Flats, I'm going to give this one to RorO.
Yeah, I think so. This is a map that we've seen in TVZ, in GSL at least, where Zerg wins. Like, Zerg does very well in GSL here against Terran. So
generally speaking, guys, big maps are good for Zerg.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of room to counter, a lot of room to squeeze out expansions.
The 4 bases right there, if you have a decent creep spread at all, I mean, you got 4 bases as Zerg that aren't really spread out.
Right.
You know, they're pretty close. So we'll see how this works out, though, because TaeJa has shown that map doesn't really matter that much to him. You know, he's fought on the biggest maps, he's fought on the smallest maps, and he's fought on maps in between, Tasteless.
All right, let's see what he does. I don't think, to be frank, I don't think we're going to see TaeJa cheese even once in any of these games.
You don't think so?
For some reason, and I think I've never said that, but
I don't know. I feel like he should cheese at least one map.
I think he should cheese, but we'll see.
In a best of 7, it's like crazy not to cheese once. That sounds like something only Artosis would do.
Even Idra would cheese at least once in those.
Yeah. Well,
you ready?
I'm ready, Tasteless.
I'm going to miss this studio. I'm getting all nostalgic now that it's our last day down here.
I was thinking of just setting on fire before I left.
Oh, well, you know, we're going to blow up the studio once we're done here. That's actually what we do, which is unfortunate because we're connected to a school, but you know, that's how we have to end it here at GOMT. All right, get ready for game number 3. Remember, the winner of this best of 7 goes on to the final of GSL Codas Wings of Liberty.
2013 TaeJa GSL Season 1. Welcome to GSL Akalon Flats.
In the bottom right starting location, we have the last Terran of Wings of Liberty. He is Liquid TaeJa. And in the upper left, with very, very cautious orthodox play, he is RorO. You know, something that overall we've seen here out of all the players in the Final 4, so obviously this includes yesterday's games, is serious caution when they get ahead.
Yeah. Well, I don't get the water there, but I get the
Bubbles.
rest of it. Yeah, I don't get that. But no, and here's the thing about the serious caution. I feel like at this point, Wings of Liberty is pretty darn figured out. Okay?
Yeah.
And
as you can see, a lot of support here. Got to kill them all, including Pikachu right there. He's not safe.
No, he's got to go too.
He's got to go.
There can only be one left at the end.
He's like, but in Pokemon, you capture us. I'm like, well, sorry, buddy.
Nah, Pikachu fainted, bro.
Fainted, by fainting, we mean died.
Yeah. So, what was I saying, actually? I had this, like, really great point about something. Help me, Tasteless.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Save me, Tasteless.
This is where you just have a panic attack. Right out here. Oh, God, I can't do live TV. Oh, God.
Oh, the cautious play. Yes. Yes, that is it. Okay, so about the cautious play, it's so well figured out at this point, and everyone really knows what to do in basically every situation.
Yep.
That I feel like if you get ahead, these 4 players that we have at the end are all so good at macro that if you get ahead and you play just right, you should win.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that I feel like that might be why we're seeing
I think that it's like, you mean I can be the remembered person of Wings of Liberty before it goes away?
Yeah.
Me? I mean, here's the other thing, guys. we don't know if these guys are going to be as good in Heart of the Swarm. Some of them might not be.
That's true.
It might just not suit the way that they played and stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot on the line here.
And, of course, the ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, money's pretty cool.
It's neat, man. More money, less problems. That's what I say.
I just saw on a Freakonomics podcast that also proved that more money, more happiness, actually, despite what everybody says.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
I would be happy if you gave me $1 million, Stasis. I would.
Yeah, I would.
I promise I won't be sad about it.
Now, we have the reactor over here, and
so we actually
he hasn't. Normally, we see the gases taking a little bit quicker. But
no, I know, right?
Right?
Yeah, and that's for a reactor. So
he might be going for some kind of a timing here.
He definitely could be. And I mean, just getting up 3 racks as one with the reactor, that's going to be a lot of Marine production. And we might see from Tech Labs. And in fact, RorO's getting the Roach Warren as well. So that's actually helpful for him, because if there is a Marine timing coming and he goes for Roaches, and in fact, this could be something, this could be some sort of all-in as well. It's really hard to say. 5 Roaches, okay, he's going to do something here. Could be just a pressure.
Yeah, we'll
or
see.
he
It's
could
up
commit.
to 7 now.
You know, you'd think he would have gotten speed if he wanted to overly commit. But now you won't get over 10 if you know.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, I agree with you on the speed thing. But, you know, we have seen players make just a handful of Roaches and go over there and just try to damage the Terran. I think this is one of these meta things where he's thinking, well, this guy knows the map so well.
Dude, he's basically going all in. He's making, I think he's made 11 Roaches so far.
Huh. It's gonna
12 now.
This is going to come out really weird because the Terran's doing an unusual build too.
Yeah, he's going to have way more units than RorO probably suspects. But does he have a bunker? The answer is no to that. But he's going to have a lot of units. This, I think that TaeJa's going to be able to hold this Tasteless.
Well, we're going to see. He's chasing him back. The Lings are going for the SCVs.
That is a lot of Marines up there. He is surprised and unhappy to see that.
Now, Roaches are actually quite good against Marines, but not against this many.
Yeah, the amount that he has here is really, really nice. Now, more Roaches are coming up to help out. And is this actually going to be enough? Starting to engage, and he's doing a great job. It looks like TaeJa may have overcommitted coming this far down his ramp. And this is something that could snowball, man.
Absolutely.
After he kills all the Marines and Hellions, any Marines and Hellions popping out in
smaller numbers. Time!
Uh-oh, for TaeJa. This, you know, when you have this view, then suddenly the Roaches, this gets into the snowball effect where it's too much.
Well, the funny thing is, on top of all this, Zerg is just making drones, so this is bad for TaeJa.
Yeah, I mean, what does he do from here? He's lost so many SCVs and so many units to this little push. 14 SCVs already going down. Picking off Marauders, picking off Hellions, picking off more SCVs. This turned out to be a fantastic push, and TaeJa was in a position where if he played ultra conservatively, like gone up his ramp every time after pushing the Roaches back, he would have held this pretty easily and been ahead.
Well,
instead, he stood down there to try to protect his SCVs because he didn't think there would be that many Roaches. Like I was saying,
said, that's exactly. Yeah. He made over 10. We were like, what?
Yeah, that's a huge amount of Roaches that you really don't expect ever. So, wow, there's, I mean, huge amounts of mind games going on. This is almost like when we watched Life vs. Parting, where it's, you know, whereas those two may have more history than these two do, still, this is a huge amount of mind games going on.
Nice pushing out here. I don't know if he's actually going to commit, though.
Well, he should, because there's almost no units.
He did notice that there's no Ling speed yet, which might make him feel a little bit more comfortable since he can make Marauders now.
Yeah. And with just a few Roaches and a few Queens, he's going to have to make a lot more Roaches here. And against a lot of Marauders coming out, this is a big amount of units. He might be able to
This is a weird TVZ. I guess he gets the 3rd hatch.
Well, we will see in a second here. We do have Queens with Transfusion, so they can use that on the hatch or the Roaches, depending. He's got to wait for some more to come out. Nice Transfuse going down, but, you know, he's going to end up losing all these units before the rest of his units can get here to help.
Well, there's more Marauders coming up here. And
looks like it's a hold, Cases.
Yeah, it looks like he holds this. I think he was most likely better off actually just targeting down that hatch, I think.
Yeah.
Considering,
you know, I think he got nervous because of the 2 transfusions that he wouldn't have enough, and I think that actually RorO was gonna hold that no matter what. I think that was a little bit hard on the exact map there. That was like a funny battle. You don't see him quite like that.
Tricky unit combination plus the transfusions plus the fact that the stim is not on, so it's like...
Yeah, and now Stim is here, but he has 15 roaches. What is he going to do with them? Is he going to commit to this? Looks like yes, he is.
And he's going to come in and hit hard, hitting these SCVs too.
Yeah, and picking off SCVs right now is not a terrible choice at all.
No, not at all.
In fact, he's going to break through these depots, it looks like.
Yeah, he'll get to release this one over here. And again, Zergus continuing to make drones off of this. He denied that bunker for being made.
And look, more SCVs coming out to die.
TaeJa's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, look at this. He's lost 31 total. He's down to 26 SCVs against the 62 drones of his opponent.
GG.
Good time to call
really,
GG there.
really unusual game.
Yes, it was. You know what? That was such a funny amount of roaches, and TaeJa happened to choose a strategy that RorO was not expecting, but, you know, TaeJa just looked at it and said, yeah, that's probably all the roaches. This was, you know, if TaeJa had opened with, let's say, a Hellion opening and had the standard bunker, then the amount of roaches that he saw at the beginning is like, oh, okay, he's trying to kill some SCVs off. So he just stayed down there to not lose SCVs.
You know what's funny is that game went the way neither player expected it to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that was a weird one.
So, I mean, I think the roaches got there, and TaeJa goes, what?
Yeah.
And then he sees the unit composition. RorO sees TaeJa's unit composition, goes, what? And then they had to go from there.
It was wild, but the first attack did too much damage, which is why we saw TaeJa counter. And then he just kind of started playing standard after that because he's like, well, maybe he won't kill me. But no, sorry, you made him make 15 roaches, he's going to kill you.
The funny thing is that he was going to stop making roaches. The game would have gone on if TaeJa didn't counterattack, but then he counterattacked, which forced so many roaches to be made. And then RorO was like, well, I don't really need these roaches right now. It's actually not what I'm going for, so I'm just going to send him back over here. And then that killed him. So really funky game.
Yeah, and now here we are on Icarus.
I think TaeJa can win on this. I think Zarks have to play an unusual style to win on this map.
Yeah, we almost always see Roach all-ins here. I think RorO needs to mix it up and not do that because I feel that is so predictable that TaeJa can go into Marine Marauder medevac with 1 engineering bay instead of 2 and probably hold anything.
I think you're probably
just
right.
about anything at least.
All right, we're here on the last day in this studio for you. Go to our even more pimped out studio here at the GSL. So soak it all in. That's right.
2013 TaeJa GSL Season 1. Welcome to GSL Icarus.